Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've ever tried to navigate the world of youth dance education, you already know it can feel, well, like a second full-time job. Today, we're zooming in on a really specific topic: what actually separates the top-tier dance programs on Chicago's North Shore from all the rest. We've pulled together the core insights into a visual guide to show you exactly what to look for. So let's just jump right in.
So, how do you choose the right dance studio? I mean, it sounds simple enough, right? But if you're the one actually having to make this call, you know how incredibly overwhelming it can be. You aren't just looking for an hour of basic childcare on a Tuesday afternoon. You're looking for an environment that's going to foster long-term growth, build real confidence, and hey, maybe even prepare them for a professional future. Finding that perfect fit, it's a massive decision. To help you evaluate your options, we'll be using this structured guide. We'll quickly cover 1. The North Shore scene, 2. Adaptable training, 3. Beyond the recital, 4. Culture and professionalism, 5. Clear progression, and finally, 6. Finding your perfect fit. All right, moving to section 1, the North Shore scene and navigating those local options. So communities around here like Evanston, Wilmette, Winnetka, and Glenview, they really drive a fiercely distinct dance scene. A lot of these studios are absolutely laser-focused on creating performance-ready environments, but honestly, the sheer volume of options can be totally dizzying. As a parent or dancer, you really need an objective way to cut through all that marketing noise. Which brings us to section 2, adaptable training and avoiding the one-size-fits-all trap. The absolute best studios out there get that no two dancers are exactly alike. You're going to want to look for these specific markers of adaptability. For instance, top North Shore studios balance foundational skills with age-appropriate progression, largely by using placement assessments. That ensures a dancer is challenged, but not totally overwhelmed. They also vary their rehearsal expectations by level. I mean, a beginner shouldn't have the same grueling schedule as an advanced competitor, right? And finally, they provide really specific, actionable teacher feedback on what to work on next. This kind of structured, tailored approach is absolutely crucial, especially for newer dancers, folks coming back from a break, or anyone prepping for an audition. It basically ensures nobody slips through the cracks. Okay, section 3, beyond the recital. This is all about making performances meaningful. Because once the in-studio training is done, what actually happens when they hit the stage? This is where the divide between a standard studio and a standout one becomes super clear. Over on the left, you've got your strictly recital-focused approach, basically just gearing up for one massive show a year. But on the right, standout studios offer true performance pathways. They treat performances as actual growth milestones. We're talking workshops that strengthen stage presence, showcase experiences, regional auditions, and real competition readiness. These are opportunities that mirror modern audition culture. And the kicker? They manage to do all this without ever losing focus on core technique and artistry. It's about consistent, year-round growth, not just one single night in a sequin costume. Next up, section 4, culture and professionalism, because it's about way more than just physical training. Let's talk about professionalism in practice. Top studios focus heavily on maintaining a positive professional community culture. Teachers set firm, clear expectations for punctuality, discipline, and respect. But, and this is key, they balance that discipline by creating a genuinely supportive environment. Think about a dancer grinding through a really demanding, exhausting week. They need to feel backed by their peers and their instructors. The best studios achieve this through incredibly clear communication with families and by setting consistent rehearsal standards. It creates this amazing atmosphere where the sheer effort a student puts in is celebrated just as much as the final outcome. All right, section 5, clear progression, and the importance of having a roadmap. This is our final major pillar of a great studio. Whether your dancer is into ballet, jazz, contemporary, or hip-hop, the best studios meticulously organize their offerings. They provide a clear, structural roadmap so students can find the right fit and progress logically from year to year. Without this, you're just kind of feeling lost, constantly guessing what class to take next. But with a solid roadmap, you spend your time actually improving. So what does that actually look like in practice? It's built on clearly defined tracks: beginner foundations, intermediate skill building, and advanced training. There is zero ambiguity about what it takes to reach that next level. Everyone knows exactly where they are on their journey. Which brings us to our final section, finding your perfect fit. This is your action plan. We've covered the theory, so here is a super practical 3-step action plan derived straight from the experts. Step 1,
Observe a class. Actually watch the instruction. Don't just tour the lobby. Are teachers giving specific feedback? Is the vibe supportive but disciplined? Step 2. Speak directly with the instructors about how their levels work. Ask them to explain that roadmap we just talked about. If they can't clearly articulate their progression tracks, honestly, that's a red flag. And step 3. Ask how the studio supports dancers between major performances. Are they offering workshops, focusing on technique, or are they just sort of killing time until the next recital? Use these 3 steps to really empower yourself to make an informed choice. Let's wrap up with this grounding thought from our source material. Ultimately, the best North Shore dance studio is often the one that matches your dancer's goals, learning style, and schedule. It's not about the biggest trophy case. It's about grounded instruction and a culture that perfectly aligns with what your child actually needs. So as you go out and evaluate your local options, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Are you settling for a studio that's just convenient, or are you ready to find the one that will actually unlock your dancer's true potential? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep evaluating, and I'll catch you next time.